All right, let's go to the voicemail of Truth and Reason for the first time today.
Hey, I'm James, Cleveland native living in Georgia. I'd like to see more of Elijah and James Crochet.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Let me ask you this, and again, I know this is from your Ask the Insiders on the Orange and Brown Report. Do you want to see deeper routes with Elijah Moore? And I mean, they've gotten it to Cooper, but man, you haven't been able to unlock the speed that you brought in, and Prochet's another guy that kind of fills in because Goodwin's not there.
Yeah, they really haven't been able to unlock anybody else, right? Like downfield, and there's a lot of questions about that, right? I thought that question was posed to Deshaun directly, you know, and he doesn't have to answer for P.J. Walker's play, certainly, but it's hard to say, man. You know, they started out with a lot of the gadget stuff, the jet sweeps, the wide receiver screens with Moore, and that's okay sometimes, right? But you know, like you're saying, yeah, I want to see him push the ball down the field. He's a good route runner. He snaps off routes well. Although there seems to be a little bit of a disconnect there too. Like a couple times we saw him have a step. Generally, the saying is, you know, if I'm even, I'm leaving with a cornerback, right? And if he's playing over the top, then he's gonna on a go route, the wide receiver will stop and you know, turn off the route and cut it off and look for a comeback ball. And generally, the quarterback and wide receiver are on the same page that way. We saw several times where Moore was ahead of the defensive back, but still snapped off the route, and the quarterback threw the ball deep, misunderstanding, right? So they need to get on the same page that way, because that certainly could open one deep ball, one touchdown for Elijah Moore. I feel like would open up some things for him, right? Like it's like a block right now. He did a nice job catching a couple balls in the last game. You know, he got him into field goal range on that play that got reviewed at the end of the half on a nice route over the middle. It's just, yeah, he needs to be the number 2 wide receiver. I mean, they traded DPJ out. He has to be the guy. So, and he's open, right? Like on the tape, he's open. I just don't know at this point in the season if, you know, PJ Walker was never really getting off his first read. So we should finally have a chance here for Deshaun to maybe unlock that a little bit. When he was playing earlier in the season, Moore was not really running those kind of routes that often, right? So this should be the game that you hope to see that. You know, you have Marlon Humphrey back, but he's not the Marlon Humphrey that we're used to. He's not totally healthy, right? So, you know, it's tough. They're going to have some stuff dialed up, Dave. They're going to have to be really creative to find success on offense this week. I really think the coaching this week, right, offensively, defensively, is going to play such a huge part. You're going to have to win that schematic war with the other team and find a way to create some open receivers and some big plays.
Yeah, and it's going to be compounded because you've got your 4th and 5th tackles starting, because your 2 starters are out, your top backup in Dwan Jones is out. So you're gonna have to cheat, max protect. You're gonna have fewer people in the routes, but you better dial up a couple of them that work, because you're gonna need to.